Nigeria's movie industry is quite huge.
Yes.
It's very funny because back here, a lot of people tell you, nah, it should be bigger than this. But I imagine for people watching from outside, they're like, you guys are doing great stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, it's Nigeria. We always challenge ourselves.
Yeah.
And so speak to us about the collaboration, because that's where Bukola started from. We've seen lots of Ghanaian actors over the years coming to Nigeria doing great stuff.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Chivik Inspirations. Thank you so much for tuning in to see what we have going on here on this table of Chivik Inspirations. And yes, straight up into what we have today. All right, guys, we know it's been trending like back to back always on the social media space, particularly on YouTube, TikTok. It's been trending all over almost all social media handles about Nigeria and Ghana, what they usually have as their own online banter, disagreements, and all whatnot. And yes, I stumbled on this video that caught my attention when it comes to the Ghana-Nigeria movie industry. A few months ago, we've had commentaries from Ghanaian artists, actresses, talking more deeply, in-depthly about what it is currently for the Nigeria and Ghana movie industry, their collaborations, and in fact, how the industry is doing at the moment in this year 2024 and ongoing. So this video is definitely gonna throw more light based on what it is, like based on what it is, and definitely what it's gonna be in the year 2025 coming up with Nigeria and Ghana collaborations, yes, in the movie industry. I think from the perception, let me not even go in details because this video is definitely going to explain everything you need to know. But from what I'm seeing, I think there is a very, very green light ahead, and there's good news, great news, breaking news as well that will interest you, that will really calm your nerves, relax your mind when you get to watch and understand what it is currently for this country, Nigeria and Ghana. And shout out to this country citizen. If you are a Ghanaian, a Nigerian, pat yourself on the back and say, I am doing well. You are one great, unique, and fantastic citizen of these countries, right? So without any further ado, no waste of time, I will need us to take a look at this video critically, analytically, without sentiment and bias. Pay attention to details of every bit of what this Ghanaian actor, who was actually hosted in the morning show of a TV show, right, in Nigeria, and what he has to say. And let's see, hear for ourselves if it is definitely worth enjoying and worth talking about. Then we will come back and draw our final conclusions, reactions, and analysis at the end of the day. So let's watch patiently, and at this point, hit on the like button, like this video please, share and subscribe if you're not. So let's go, guys.
Welcome back. So we're delving into the arts now, but in a continental way, and we're doing so joyfully to renew the partnership between Nollywood and Gollywood, or to go down memory lane and recall the days of yore when there used to be a very interesting collaboration between both industries. And joining us to explore that conversation this morning is an award-winning Ghanaian actor in the person of Mr. Harold Menya. Good morning. Welcome to the morning brief.
It's a pleasure to be here. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Awesome.
And you're looking good.
Thank you. So are you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So tell me about the 13 kinds of women.
13 kinds of women.
Of us.
I know.
Let me just sit back with this one.
13 kinds of women is a very interesting story. I mean, from the day I received the script, I just couldn't put it down, because just when you thought you knew women enough, then the writer then begins to explore different aspects of how women can be. So it just tells a story of, like I said, different faces, the different challenges, different aspects of women in a very unique way. It's a project, obviously, that is by Red TV. Red TV is obviously a Nigerian brand that is owned by UBA, right? So it's something we shot last year, end of last year, and then it got outdoored this year. So 13 episodes on UBA's Red TV. Very interesting project.
I suspect that
watch it.
She's not really asking about the movie. She's asking about the women. 13 kinds of women.
13 kinds of women.
But it's okay.
Maybe we'll leave that for let's leave that for the viewers to go watch and then explore for themselves. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to know where I belong.
Well, when you watch it, you'll find a place there. You'll find a place there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go into the industry now, and it's December. It's time for reflection.
Right.
So talk to us about the Ghana movie industry. What we call, is it Ghallywood now? How has it fared in the past year?
Ghallywood has had a very interesting journey. It's had its ups and downs. But for me, even before I got into the industry, I've always observed like an up and down terrain for our industry. And I think pre-COVID, just before COVID, and just a few years after COVID, it took a hit. But it's coming back strong. It's been revived in the last couple of years because we have the likes of Magic, which is the equivalent of Your African Magic, owned by MultiChoice. Churning out a lot of projects, commissioning producers to film series here, and then even movies, feature films. So the introduction of Magic in our market has really, kind of revived it and, allowed it to breathe again. So it's a good time. We're hoping that it continues from where it started now, or it's resurrected now. We can only hope that it gets better.
Absolutely. And you said just before you got into the movie industry, so I'm curious about what happened before then. Was Harold before the Harold we know now?
Yeah, so I started off doing commercials. I've done more commercials. In fact, I'm known for more commercials than movies because I did a lot of hit commercials that will become household names, if there's anything like that. So that's pretty much what I was doing, more of TV modeling. And then I did a bit of hosting gigs. I've done a few TV hosting gigs here and there. So before acting, that's exactly what I was doing. And then, of course, now with the advent of technology and then the internet, content creation is something that I love to do because obviously if you love to take pictures and then your videos always look crispy, then obviously I think content creation is something that you take. So
it just comes naturally.
It comes naturally. There you go.
So let's talk about why you're in Nigeria. I don't know how often you come to Nigeria. I suspect you come every other week.
Not yet, but very soon.
But clearly, Nigeria's movie industry is quite huge.
Yeah.
It's very funny because back here, a lot of people tell you, nah, it should be bigger than this. But I imagine for people watching from outside, they're like, you guys are doing great stuff.
Yeah.
But hey, it's Nigeria. We always challenge ourselves.
Yeah.
And so speak to us about the collaboration, because that's where Bukola started from. We've seen lots of Ghanaian actors over the years coming to Nigeria, doing great stuff, going back, and people are like, no, come back. We have a house for you. In fact, we have a wife for you, and a husband, stay back. So first, talk to us about the collaboration, how it has been, perhaps how they reached out to you, and what that collaboration gave birth to.
So I'm here to promote Everybody Loves Jennifer, and also the premiere of it. I came for the premiere of it, which was just last Sunday. Everybody Loves Jennifer. I guess it's become so popular because it's on everybody's lips. That's by Funke Akindele. So it's a project that I'm so proud of. It's my proudest project yet. They say you're as good as your last project. For creatives, that's what it is. If you really want to know how good a creative is, always check their last project. So Funke is somebody that goes all lengths to make sure that excellence is delivered on her projects. I've admired her from afar, even before having the opportunity to work with her on this particular film. And getting a call to be part of this film, initially I didn't even know who the producer was. When you get a call, usually there's a lot of things that are hidden until everything is confirmed, and then you get to get the details. So when I got the call, obviously coming to Nigeria has always been part of the plan because you have the biggest in Africa. This is definitely the hub of entertainment. Nobody can contest that. So it's been part of the plan. Just that I was always looking for an opportunity to enter the right way and also at a good time. So having done 13 Kinds of Women on Red TV, it was just literally getting there. It was like you just saw the shadows lurking, and you knew that it was just a matter of time and things were going to fall in place. So when I got the call to be part of Everybody Loves Jennifer, I just went all in. So we shot sometime this year, in the middle part of this year, and it was such an experience being on set. Very challenging. It felt like being in a film school. I've done quite a number of projects, but it was like I was a new actor all over again. Funke directing and at the same time acting with us. The way she would switch from being a director to an actor, phenomenal. I've never seen I've never seen somebody be able to strike a balance so easily, just switch so easily like that, and she did it for every single one of us. This is a behind the scene video on the set. So we have an advanced screening. The movie is out in cinemas on the 13th, starting from Friday, but the advanced screenings happening today and tomorrow in selected cinemas.
And hopefully, perhaps this will, reignite that spark in the partnership between Ghhallywood and Nollywood, which, was significant some years back in Nigeria and Ghana, where we saw quite a number of Ghanaian actors feature in Nigerian films and, vice versa. But talk to us about this. My question about reflecting on the performance of the Ghanaian industry in the past year is instructive because there are talks of, diminishing returns because of poor cinema culture in Ghana and, other factors. So what are the associations, the relevant producers association in Nigeria and that of Ghana doing to, rejig?
So anytime I talk about, the problems or the issues that led us to the point that we were, I always say that those issues are not anything unique. But what I felt was we just couldn't adapt to the change in the trends because we all knew what the internet did to the film industry. We moved from watching movies on VCDs and DVDs, and then all of a sudden we're watching it on online, right? So at the time I felt like the stakeholders, that's the producers and then the marketers in Ghana, just didn't want to adapt. It's just like a case of the Nokia BlackBerry, adapting to the change in technology and then allowing iPhone to take over because they thought that nothing could take them off their seats.
Right?
You know what I mean? So they're getting used to comfortable in their zone and not being willing to adapt to the times that came was one of the things that hit us so hard. So before we knew it, we were just there and then nothing was happening, and it's like when you're in an industry and then also you give so much power is wielded to a select number of people, whatever they do is what becomes, you know, that's what affects everybody else, because it's just like we had a few number of producers who were literally the decision makers through and through. So whatever decisions they took affected us.
So there was still free entry and free exit. You know, the economic matters didn't quite play out as they ought to. But I want you to also bring you away from acting and stuff and talk about the relationship between Ghana and Nigeria. It always comes up. I think it's really just tough love. You know, when you love each other so much.
I know. I always say that. Yeah.
So what is something you found out about Nigeria or Nigerians that you wish maybe Ghanaians knew, and you're like, this is not bad. I imagine your short experience, which I imagine is growing now, in Nigeria with Nigerians. What does that open your eyes to? I know you've now tasted a good jollof, and you're now a convert to Nigerian jollof, so I'm not going to ask about that. But what are the other things that you just wish, hey, what's this not this bad, right?
So I'm going to answer this question, and then that will also answer the final part of what I was going to say with regards to Bukola's question about what we are doing to address, you know, our issues. So when it comes to the issues that we've complained about in the film industry back home, lack of finance, lack of support, you know, I don't think those issues are unique to Ghana. You know, creatives find these challenges everywhere. I was in Atlanta recently, and then, you know, I visited the Tyler Perry studios, and then I got to speak to, you know, some of the staff there, and then, you know, the issues are real. They're real anyway, but it's just getting up and not allowing yourself to give up. You know, and that's one thing that I find among Nigerians, the can-do spirit, you know, the willingness to wake up every morning regardless of what the challenges are, and just saying, I'm going to do this. That's one of the things that I wish, you know, we had as Ghanaians, because if we had that, trust me, the challenges we have back home would be nothing. They're just like an ant, because really, those challenges are faced across the board, and even worse here because of your numbers. You know, so many challenges.
Our 200 million.
There you go. And we have just a little over 30 million people in the whole of the country. So whatever challenges we have there, you guys have it times multiplied by over six, about six. You know, so I'm like, those challenges are nothing, because these people have works. I've been on sets, I've visited sets even before finally getting to work here. I've visited sets where, you know, the generator is on 24/7, and it's like the noise from the generator is emanating so strongly.
No blow there.
You know, yes, the producer is still able to churn the movie, and I'm like, what is this? How are these guys able to still produce such quality films? So, you know, the guts, the ability to wake up and say, listen, I'm not going to give up regardless of what life throws at me. I'm going to do this. I just wish that we had that a bit more back home.
And you're providing inspiration, you know, with this profound commentary that you're bringing, and those watching you at home will be, you know, challenged. Talk to us about the Ghanaian election before we wrap up on this. And I read that you were hailing President Nana Akufo-Addo.
I was at a point.
Yes.
So my statement was taken out of context, and you know how it is. I mean, usually when you go into red carpet interviews, they always pick the very juicy lines, and then that is what is carried out. So I've always been an advocate of supporting whatever, you know, a candidate presents as a plan, you know. So if you are an electorate, obviously people are they're very discerning. A majority of the people that I know, even though it might not be the majority of the populace, but the majority of people I know are very discerning. And I believe that we need to shift from the place where we're supporting political parties and specific personalities or individuals to supporting plans, ideologies, policies that they present every now and then. If you feel that it's going to work for you and work for the country as a whole, then you vote for it.
It's okay. You have your freedom to choose and not to choose.
Yes. So that was it.
Quickly, Nigerian name. Have you gotten it yet?
Not yet. Which one would you give me? Kayode. Really? I hear Lukibo.
That's my name, right?
Okay.
So if you look, we'll give you Kamsi or Ikechukwu.
Oh, Ikechukwu. What does that mean? What does Ikechukwu mean?
There's God.
Okay.
Which is Chukwu. This is
Don't
God's power. It means God's power.
Okay, God's
Thanks,
power.
my director here.
Thank you for that divine intervention.
Right.
All right, thank you so much. We've had an awesome time conversing with you. We've been speaking with Harold Amenyi. Amenya.
It's a very typical Ghanaian name. So
Amenya.
Yeah.
We love the way you Ghanaians speak. You know, I've heard generator.
Okay.
Guts.
Instead of generator.
Yeah.
Ouch. What does Amenya mean, by the way?
Amenya means somebody knows. Somebody knows.
Beautiful.
Somebody knows.
Amazing. Ghanaian actor Harold Amenyi. Thank you for your time.
All right. See, I really found this video really interesting, because you see, Ghana-Nigeria is one country that cannot do practically without each other. Whether you like it or not, we are like brothers and sisters, and we are one unique countries in West Africa, regardless of our differences, our culture, our practices, our beliefs, our opinions, our inputs, our objectives, our perception about life in general, right? But one thing that I know and I hold very paramount is that we are one unique people in West Africa. We are one unique family, and that's why no matter what happens on the online space, when it comes to reality, we are preferably better off together. I've got so many people talking and telling me that yes, no matter what happens online, Ghanaians and Nigerians are together, they are one. And we've seen cases where they interrelate, intermarry, do business and all whatnot, every positive and good stuff together. And yes, judging from what we've heard based on the recent development growth when it comes to the Nollywood for Nigeria and the Ghallywood for Ghana, I think that is definitely going to be a very great start, great move. And yes, an elevating one at that will unite us more closely, bring us more closely together, and make us grow together individually as countries in West Africa, down to Africa, and Africa to the world. Exactly. And if you know me personally, I've always of the opinion that united we stand and divided we fall. Definitely, if we come together with our gifts, our talent, and everything good in us, put it on the table, work together, collaborate together. In fact, the sky will not just be our starting point, right? The sky and beyond will be our starting point, and we will do exploit, exceeding great things that ordinarily we will not even expect that we can come up with. And yes, I'm rooting out for this country, Ghana and Nigeria, for greater heights, greater inputs, most importantly in the Nollywood entertainment industry, in the Ghallywood entertainment industry, because these are many more attributes to the growth, success, and development of countries in West Africa. So shout out to each and every one of you in the industry, in the entertainment industry, doing great stuff together, more shows and greater height for all of you. Exactly, guys, and that is where we draw the line. You've heard, you've listened, and I want to say thank you for patiently listening till the very end. You are indeed very patient, and I want to say thank you and God bless you. So at this juncture, what are your thoughts, your opinions, your input, your objectives? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave them all in the comments constructively and respectfully, and let's have this conversation rolling down there in the comment section. Yes, exactly, guys. And yes, guys, permit me, because these days our lights, our electricity is fluctuating, and more often I would not want to wait for it. I'll always come out to do what I know how to do best, passionately. And yes, that is it, guys. Like this video, share, subscribe if you're not. Don't make it your last, because on here you can get it as a dull moment, right? Like, catch you in my next one. Keep vibing to your environment, your surrounding, the nature, and everything positive, what vibing to. And I will see you in my next one. Ciao ciao. Mwah.